So you have to follow the whiteboard here. I hope and I'll share this whiteboard with you so that you know. Yeah, whiteboard shared. Now we shall start. So coding. Coding is something like, for example, when we have a very abstract information, like for example the information is very abstract. So what we generally do is, with that abstract information, we try to code it. Yes, of course, we do coding, the coding of that abstract, and we give a numerical value to it. Now all of you know that calculation depends upon numerical value. Any type of calculation would depend upon numerical value. So if you have to calculate something, then definitely you need to make it numerical. But again, the problem with making numerical something abstract is difficult. So we will use something called coding to complete that. So what we will do is, you already have that abstract data, you will already have that raw data, that is called the raw data also. So you have that raw data. Now what we'll do is, we'll filter the raw data, we'll work on that raw data, we'll code that raw data, and we'll bring up with numerical values so as to that it will help us calculate. Okay, because our computers, that only understand 0 and 1. Okay, so they will understand very little. So they are foolish. Computers are foolish in some term, because they don't understand abstract and raw information. They'll only understand if you provide them with proper information, then only they will give you out proper information. So there is something called, that is the reason why it's something called GIGO in computer science. That is, if you give garbage, you will get garbage. So garbage in, garbage out. If you provide garbage to the computer will give you nothing but garbage. So that is something that is very, very vital here. You have to understand that when you are coding, it is very vital. So I think by the time I was explaining coding, I think both of you have already given me the data. And I'll check the data for both of them, and what I'll do is, I'll check the data for both of them, and whichever is according to me the correct one, I will definitely use that to show you how to code. Now remember, when you are coding, you have to have a pen and paper also in front of you, so that you're writing it down exactly what code you're assigning to what else you are gonna get. So I'm using this instead. That was 48, so I'm using this instead. So for what do you need to do? Basically, the thing that you need to do is, first you need to start filtering the data. So I will request each one of you, I'm using this data because this data has 56, so I don't know whose data it is, but 55 respondents, not a problem. Anyone's data it is. Whoever, please recognize your data. I don't know whose data this is. I just received this from, I guess, phone number, last 5 digits are 60015. I guess I received this from, so yeah. So this is mine. Okay, Moon. Okay, great. Moon's data. This is Moon's data. Great. So we are using Moon's data for this, and please, everyone in the class, whoever has 38, 48, 37, whatever data you have collected, please download that data. Please download the data and open it on your laptops like this, similar in the way I have done it. Okay. Now the first thing that we will do is filtering. In the filtering process, what we are going to do is, we are going to delete the timestamp. So just, if you select like this, it will be only one select, it's not possible. So what is to do, you will just select the total column, right click and delete. So just simple as that, just right click, delete that column. So your column is deleted. Okay, so you know that now your column is deleted, and so here you have your variables. So these are your variables. Okay, these are your variables. These are your variables. Great. I'm wrapping those texts so that I can see them as well. Yeah, great. Now I know all the I can see them. Okay, so age, gender, how much people are listening, what do they prefer listening, listen to remix songs or not, what do you think reason behind increasing remix songs for you like most in remix numbers, great. Do you think original composition is losing its charisma in the era, great questions, good questions. Okay, so these are the variables. Now first of all we have to code the variables, like for example age, we can keep it, so you can keep age as age, no problem. That coding part is as simple as that, just questions one after the other. So from the theme we can understand this is totally about remix or remix songs, like song remix. So each data that is there will determine different aspects of the attribute remix of song remix. Okay, so that is what we need to understand, and then only that coding depends on you. It's not something, it's not something that you do right or wrong. It's just that you need to do it correctly. And so now what I need to do is I need to see that how many of these 21 30 is one, 21 to 30 is another one, 30 to 40, 40 to 50. I think these are 14 to 21 is there as well. So 14 to 21. So how many were there, Moon? So it will be 14 to 21. Then that's the lowest, I guess. 14 to 21. Moon, can you come on mic, please?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 14 to 21 is the lowest.
Then after that, 21 to 30. 21 to 30, but there is a slight mistake in this. From next time, remember, where will if I am 21, where will I put the tick on? 14 to 21 or 21 to 30? You have mentioned 21 in both the places.
Oh, then it will be 22.
Yes, then it should be 22 to 31. Okay, but now you cannot change. Once you have done the survey, you cannot change. So this code will remain. Okay.
Okay, sir.
This code will remain. But from next time, remember that 21 to 30. Then again 30 to 40, same mistake. 30 to 40 should have been 31 to 40. Okay. Because the person who is 30 years of age, where will he put the tick mark, right? 21 to 30, then 30 to 40, then 40 to 50 again. Okay. That is what you have taken. Okay. So 40 to 50 is what you have taken. So now what we are going to do is we are going to code them. So simple numbers, I will assign number 1 to 14 to 21, number 2 to 21 to 30, number 3 to 30 to 40, number 4 to 40 to 50. It's just assigning numbers to them, nothing else. Just assign 1 2 3 4 n number of numbers, how many options you have, just number them. That is your work, coding work. Now how will you do it? It's very simple. There is something called find and replace. There's something called find and replace here. Okay, find what, replace with what. I hope everyone can see that. So what you do is, I know that 14 to 21 is the lowest, so I put it here, I copy paste it here, and I say replace with 1, because that is my number. That is my lowest number, which I have already taken as a code. See, I have taken as a code 14 to 21 1. So what I am doing is I am replacing that. So I'll click here, replace all. Okay, see, all the 14 to 21 are replaced with the number 1. Now what will I do? Now I'll do the same thing. I'll go to find and select, I'll click replace, and I'll just delete the previous data, and I will click this data, and I'll just do 2, and I'll replace it. Okay, that replacement done, close. Then next one 30 to 40, next one 30 to 40, similar. I'll just delete the previous data, I'll just copy it, I'll just press it, I will click, I'll write here 3, and I'll replace the data. Done. Then again I have 40 to 50, which is number 4, so I'll just replace the data, 40 to 50. No need to write here, just copy paste it from here, paste number 4, just write 4, and you have. So my coding is complete. Age is now a number. So age is now a number. Can you see that? Age is a number now. So age is a number. So that is how we code the data. Now I ask each and every one to start coding your data. Start coding your data. You can assign any number to it. It doesn't mean that it has to correspond with Moon's work. No problem, you can assign any code to it. For example, gender, you have male and female, right? So in gender you have male, female. Only male and female, Moon? Anything else?
No, sir. I put an option, but there was no one.
Oh, so there is no one. So male is 1, female is 2, and other. Did you put another option?
Prefer not to say.
Okay, prefer not to say. Fine. We keep that as well. Yeah. So 3. So male is 1, female is 2, prefer not to is 3. I just do it on my own. It's not something that you can give male 2 also, female 1 also, and you can give male 100 also, 99, any number. But for easy understanding, we generally use 1 to 10 for easier understanding. Okay. So now what I do here, again I go back to this replace. I remember that I have given male 1, so I just give here and I do replace. So all males are, see, replaced. Now what happens is females are replaced with FE1, because why? Because male is a word which is part of females, right? So next time I copy that and I give them 2. Then they are all 2s, and I think my coding for the next gender is complete. So this is gender is complete as well. I hope everyone can see that now. Those are, instead of words, they are becoming numbers. So you have to code all of them. You have to finish the coding for all of them. Please start coding as I am coding. Okay. So this one I need Moon's help. What is the lowest value for how much time you take to listening? This one?
Sir, 30 minutes to 1 hour.
30 minutes to 1 hour would be 1 then. Okay. Next.
Then 1 to 2.
1 to 2 hour. Here also you have made a mistake. It should have been 1.1 hour to 2 hours. Okay. 1 to 2 hour. Next time remember that. 2. Next.
2 to 3.
2 to 3 hour is 3. Okay.
And last one is more than 3.
More than 3 is 4 then. Okay. You are understanding the coding, right? How I am coding it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So simply now I go back here. Now I use the find and replace option. I just click 30 minutes to 1 hour, which should have been the 1. So 30 minutes to 1 hour is 1. I replace them with 1. 1 hour to 2 hours should be 2. Should be 2. So I replace that with all. Okay. Then 2 hours to 3 hours, I replace that with 3. 17 replacements done, and done. That's it. Okay. That's it. So this is how coding is done. Now Moon, I showed you this much. Now the rest I hope you can do yourself. So please complete the coding. I am sending this file back to you. Okay.
Okay.
Your phone number ends with 60015, right?
Yes, sir. 1 second.
Check if you have received it or not.
Yes, sir. I got it.
Got it? Great. So now everyone, you have time to code the data. So take time till 10 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes time you can take to code the data. So I will, if you have any doubt, I am here. At 15:45, I will ask you to finish the coding. So please complete the coding by that. If anyone has any issues, please come here on chat, or you can unmute yourself and talk. I'm here. Please finish the coding. If you have problem with coding, if you need to leave the class and complete the coding and come back, you're welcome. You can leave the class and then come back and complete the coding as well. Okay. So this is the screen, that is the first screen that is going to show to you. See here, there are a number of elements written here. You don't have to go through this. Just go down here and see that there are two important columns. One is the data view and two different spaces. One is the variable view, one is the data view, and one is the variable view. So you know what a variable is and you know what data is, because from the variable only you have collected all the data. Okay. So you know what data view and variable view are. So in the variable view, in the first, that is number 1, these are all the variables. How many variables have you used in your research is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and all the attributes becoming 1 variables for that. So for the data which I already showed you, so for, I think it was Moon's data, yeah, it's Moon's data. So I'm using Moon's data to I'm showing how Moon is going to feed the data here. So in the label part, she is going to write age, and in the name part, see, as soon as you write age, all the columns will be filled up with different numbers. So what you need to do is, first you need to go to the variable name, you need to change it to age. Try to keep it to block letters, age. That will be numeric in nature. The width will be 8, decimal point, give it 0. Okay. Now everything else is correct. Now go to the values, just click this on the value portion. As you can see, just click this, and this is where you will be doing the coding part that we have done. So what is your value? First value, your first value would be for age would be 14 to 21. So similarly, what you will do is you write 14 to 21 and you will assign one label to it, and you will press add. Sorry, my mistake, 1 and 14. So value will be 1 and label will be 14 to 21. Okay, so we'll add that. So now the value for the value 2, what is it? It's 21 to 30. Add. Number 2 is assigned to 22 to 30. Number 3, it is 30 to 40. Just try to replicate what I'm doing. Add. Just type the number here, and whatever coding you have done, 40 to 50, add. See, once you have done, just press OK. So once you have pressed OK, all the values are input, and once you put the a variable age, if you go to the data view, you will see that one age has come here with a ruler picture in front. Now age is what kind of a data? Age, I told you that you have to determine that age is what kind of a data. Age is a nominal data. You are either of that age or you are not. So is it a nominal data, ordinal data, or ratio or interval? Age is what kind of data? Please mention on chat. Yesterday only did. Age is what kind of data? Is it an interval, ratio, nominal, ordinal? Age is what kind of data? Okay, because age has intervals. One can be your age can be different from mine. It will have a difference. Very good. It's so for nominal and ordinal we will give this. For ratio and interval we will use the ruler, the scale. So I'll just press on scale. So for nominal and ordinal you will use this. These two, nominal and ordinal. For scale you will be using this. So it's a scale. It's a scalable data. That is, ratio and interval are scale data. So ratio and interval are scale data, and you will be using that here. Okay, so scale data you will be using here. You will click on scale there. Okay,
Sir, can you please repeat how to enter the value part?
I will again repeat. I will again repeat with a new one. First one was age, then it was hours spent. So 30 minutes to 1 hour. I'll show you. So it's hours spent, I think. Yeah. So Moon, what was the variable for you? What was the question? Let me check once the question. I think I have downloaded the question. Yeah, it should be how much time do you spend on listening music. Okay, so no, there is the gender. Sorry, I missed the gender part. Okay, now we'll add the gender part. Okay, we'll add the gender part here. Okay, so we'll click on gender. As soon as we write the gender, there is something like this coming. So here also we write gender, but in bolder letters. Okay, and we make the decimal 0, and then in the value part we start clicking on this, and we mention the value. 1 is male, 2 is female, 3 is prefer not to say. Okay, add. So it's becoming okay. Now press OK, and its gender is definitely nominal in nature. So gender cannot be anything else, because either you are a male or a female. It's a nominal value, so I put here measurement nominal. So are you getting my point? As soon as I do this in the data view, I can see that the gender is added with the balloon, red, green and blue balloons here in front. So see, age and gender added here. As soon as we add them here, we are updating the variables here in the variable view. The data view is already taking those variables one after the other. Okay, the next question for her was this. So how much time do you spend on listening to music? So here now what I'm going to do is I'm going to give an intelligent variable. It can be anything. Like the name of the variable which I want to give here is, because the total study is based on listening to music and remix, so I can give it remix variable 1 _1. And remember, this particular name doesn't take any character. It will not take a space, it will not take dot, it will not take comma, it will not take anything. You can only use underscore, remix _1 you can use like that. Okay, or you can use remix 01, or you can use remix 01 like that. Anything. This is anything, but remember special characters, very few special characters. Space doesn't work here. Only remember that in the name variable, when you are giving a name to that variable, do not use space. That's it. So this is there already. So what I'll do is I'll again click on this values. I'll click on the value part, go back to the value part. So it will, first value is 30 to 1 hour is 1. So 30 to 1 hour is 1. Add number 2. Okay, I forgot to give now it's okay, decimal. I forgot to give the decimal 0, so I've just done the decimal 0 there. So then this 1 will be showing. Number 2 is 1 to 2 hours, I guess, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Number 3 is 2 to 3 hours, I guess. 2 to 3 hours. 2 to 3 hours. Add. Yeah. Number 4, more than 3. So it's number 4 is more than 3. Okay, so I just press OK. Now I hope you have understood this, how to add. Now I request each one of you to add the data the way I showed. So what kind of data it's going to be? How much time do you spend on listening to music? What kind of data will it be? Mention on chat. If it's how much time do you spend, what kind of data it should be. Mention on chat. If it's time, then what kind of data it should be. Yeah, great. Sure. Oh, Chandra, yeah, Sonali, great. Yeah, it's an interval data. So yeah, I have mentioned here scale. So I told you there are three. One is ordinal, one is nominal, and one is scale. For ordinal and nominal data, you will give ordinal, nominal. Otherwise, you put scale here. Okay. So these are the three which I got from I've already forgot the name. I think I got it from Moon. Yeah, thank you, Moon. I got it from Moon. So these are the three data. Moon, I hope Moon you are doing the same thing as well as I'm showing you. So
Yes, sir, I'm trying.
yeah, please go ahead. Please try. This is a new software. It's going to be some time before you trial and error. Sometime it will take some time to complete it, do it. Okay. So that is it. That is the three data. Now how to put the data? Like for example, we already have the data. So what you need to do is I'm going to show you I am copying the data here. I'm copying the data. See, this is Moon's data. Age, gender. See, age data is here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just click from the first column and I'm going to go to here and I press Ctrl C or right click copy. After I done the copy, then again I'll stop presenting and I'll share the screen of the Spss software here. See, I go to the data view and I know that age part I have to, so I click on the first cell and I press Ctrl plus V. So what happens is all the data comes here. So see, 54 respondents readily here, ready. Okay. Now same thing, I go to the gender, I copy the gender part, I copy it, I come back, I go to the first cell, select the first cell, don't double click it, just select it and press Ctrl V or right click paste. Same thing, right click paste or Ctrl V. Again same thing, for how much time, listens to music, go back to the first and Ctrl V or right click paste. Same thing. So this is how you are just copy pasting the data from the Excel sheet onto this particular Spss software. So I hope now you are getting the variable view. This is the variable, this is the data, how to input the data here in the data view. So the variable,
can you show how to input once more? I missed it, sorry.
Just copy paste, it's just copy paste. Just go to the Excel sheet, just copy all the data and just come to the data view, just select the blank first cell and then press Ctrl V or right click paste. It will be pasted, the whole data will be pasted. See, for me 54. So these are the number of respondents. Respondent number 1 has given this answer, respondent number 2 has given this answer. So these are all the respondents. There are 54 respondents and 54 respondents alag data we have fed here. Okay. And this is how the variable view looks. This is how the variable view looks with already assigned values. Now this computer knows that 1, 2, 3 and 4 what's it assigned to. It knows very well. Female, male, prefer not to say, everything is assigned to. He knows. Now more than 3, 2 to 3 hours, 1 to 3, every variable now the computer knows. We have fed the software with this information. That's it. So as soon as you fill them, you see, I think someone was talking about the in the above portion some are blackened out. but you will be able to use them now. Once you put the data, you will be able to use them now. Okay, so this much. First complete fitting all the data. So I give you 3 to 4 minutes time more to those who can use it. They can fit the data, and I will ask any one of you to present the screen. Anyone who has already completed, I am stopping my presentation. Any one of you can present the screen. I have taken this from one of my research which I have conducted some months back in January only, and then I published this paper in a good journal. So what I have done is I have got data from around 377 participants. See, the data is 377. Only these many questions I have asked, and I have received the data from 377 participants, and this is their data view, and this is my variable view, as you have already understood by now that how this is to be done. And there were 10 variables, 10 questions, 10 variables for this particular research which I have used. This research was basically to understand the happiness of people, using that if there is any relationship between people being happy and people being using online any media like social media, game, texts, being online. So these are the things. So I just wanted to find out that how does happiness affect, how does using or going online, playing a game, does it affect your happiness? Does it really affect your happiness? If yes, then how much does it affect your happiness? So that is what my study was on, and that was my relation. The two variables that I had taken, one is happiness and one is the other forms of media. So that is what I tried to do in this research, and this is the data which I gathered, 377 participants. Okay. Now what you need to do to just do a very basic the graduation level work, that is descriptive statistics. That is what we call descriptive statistics. In that descriptive statistics we get mean, median, mode, standard deviation. So these are the things that we generally get from descriptive statistics of frequency distribution. So we will do descriptive statistics. I'll show you how descriptive statistics is done. I'll show. Okay. So here we go and just go to the data view or variable view, doesn't matter which view you are in. Better if you are in the variable view, because then you can see the variables here. So just go to the analyze. As soon as I click on the analyze, a huge list of things are going to come down. Okay. Now there is something called descriptive statistics here. Go to that. In the descriptive statistics, you are going to get frequencies, descriptives, crosstabs, ratios, p-plots, q-plots, no problem. Just go to descriptives and just go to descriptive statistics and then just go to descriptives. This is how much you have to do. First go to analyze, then descriptive, and then descriptive statistics, and then descriptives. I hope everyone has got it. Now I click on it. Once I click on it, a drop box appears in front of me. Now this drop box contains all the variables that you have selected. See, all the variables that you have selected. Now you have to transfer this to your variable site. You have to transfer this to, because they are all your variables, so you just need to transfer them to your variable site. I just control and select all of them. I just control and select all of them. I have selected them, and then just click on this. Once you click on this, all the variable, they will come to the variable side of the research, the descriptives to the variable side, and this is how you bring the data. What I am doing is I am bringing the data to the computer and I am telling them that, see, these are your variables you are going to work with, and these are these measurements, these are these measures of these data, and I have already told you that these are all ordinal data because I have used Likert scale. So these are all ordinal data, and that is the reason why you have to analyze my data. Now what will I say to them? Now what will I do? Now I will open the options portion. Now this is the options portion. This is the options portion. This will open in between, but I have, I just put it here for you. See. Now what are the requirements that you need? Some you will require mean. I have checked it. The checkbox is already checked in. Okay. So the mean is there. We do not need the sum. The summation we do not need. We need standard deviation, we need minimum maximum values, we need variance, we need range. So I'm ticking those boxes. So these are the boxes that you standard error mean not required. So this is not required as of now, so I'm not using that. And Courtois and skewness is not required because I'm not doing characteristics of posterior distribution. So if I do not characterize posterior distribution, I will not be using Courtois and skewness. So these are all terms Hebrew to you, I understand. These are all terms Hebrew to you. Just follow what I am clicking on, and you too click on the same thing. Mean, standard deviation, minimum, maximum, variance and range. These are the things that you just click on and press continue. Press continue. Okay, that is enough. That is enough. Okay, that is enough. Style, you don't have to do anything. Bootstrap, you don't have to do anything. Just after you finish this, just press, after you've done gone to options, clicked on mean, standard deviation, variance, maximum, minimum, and just press continue and press OK. Your computer will give you the results. So these are the results of your data. In social media, n number of people who has, I hope you can see my screen. Not yet. Okay, I'll share the screen with you. This is my data window which has come. This is the output window. As soon as you click, there will be an output window which will come. So this is your output window. So this is the descriptive statistics. I asked for range, they have given me the range. I have asked for minimum maximum, they have given me the minimum and maximum. I have asked for the mean, they have given me the standard deviation, and they have given me the variance. So this is how what I asked for. All the variables here, n amount of numbers required, the range 6 is the range, 1 to 7, 6 range, minimum 1, maximum 7, mean is this one, standard deviation is this, variance is this. So this is how descriptive statistics works, and with one click it can give you a result. Just with one click, you do not need any mathematical calculation. Boshe mean calculate kora, standard deviation calculate kora, not required. Once you feed the data, properly use it, you will be able to just get the descriptive statistics data information from here. So our descriptive statistics contains what? The range, minimum, maximum, mean, standard deviation, variance. These are the most important things. This will help you to describe the data. This will help you to describe the data better. So if you have already fed your data there, and if you click on analyze descriptive statistics, then descriptives, you will be able to get this information. Okay, so any questions from your side for what I have taught you just now? Just for descriptive statistics, any question? Like for example, what is mean, what is median, what is standard deviation, variance? I'll show you a video, there you will understand that. But before that, at least tell me if the process you can understand, because if you do not understand the process, then understanding these interpretative part won't matter. Okay, interpretative part won't matter. So hence I'm asking the question. Okay, so no questions. That means you are okay with it.
Sir,
yes,
how to undo any action in the variable key?
Control Z.
But sir, it's not working.
Then delete it. Then delete that. Just
then do I need to click the new file?
No. Just the way you delete in an Excel sheet. Simple as that. The way you delete in an Excel sheet, just click on the whole row and just press delete.
Okay sir, thank you sir.
Okay, so now I'm going to show you another aspect. Now you will say, me sir, this is the only descriptive statistics. If I have to make graphs and charts, what will I do? That also can be made with just one click only. Nothing to do. This software is so powerful that you will get results in fraction of a second. Okay, so I'm moving there. I'm going to analyze. See, before I went to analyze descriptive statistics and descriptives. Now I am not going to go to descriptive statistics. I am going to frequency distribution. Okay, So I just went to frequency distribution, and similarly the way I selected it before, I am selecting all the data and I'm putting the data here. Okay, so all my data put here, and I will be the same thing that I did before. I put my data here, then I click on statistics. As soon as I click on frequency statistics, there is a whole level of different things that are going to come. So what will I do? What will I do here? What are the information that is most important for me? This side, no need to add, because I do not need percentile values, because I am not calculating percentile, so I do not need this. What I need is central tendency. So I click on mean, median, mode and sum, because I would need the central data part, that where does all my data focus on, which part of my data is most important. The central tendency of the data is mean, median, mode and sum. So I click on all the check boxes. Okay, then I'll know the dispersion, that how much is the dispersion of the data, like how dispersed my data is, like how ছড়ানো, বাংলায় বলে ছড়ানো, কতটা ডেটাটা আমার ছড়ানো. So for that I need standard deviation and variance. Okay, just I click standard deviation and variance, and I am not talking about skewness and Courtois here. So I am not clicking on them, because I do not need characterizing posterior, so I am not clicking on them. I just press on continue. See, mean, median, mode and sum, standard deviation, variance, this is something what is basic requirement. These are for advanced work, not required. I just press continue. Then I'm going to the chart part. What chart do you feel like? Bar graph, pie chart, histogram. So the best is to draw a histogram and to show a normal curve, the normal curve on histogram, because it's very important that by people, when they see your data, they understand that it is a continuous data, so that they can see that line. It's not a discrete data, it's a continuous data. I hope you remember my previous class yesterday, that I showed you that how a line in a chart can determine what can you do. You can either choose a bar chart, you can either choose a pie chart, or you can either choose a histogram here. In research, these are the three most important things, nothing else is required. So here in this case I am using the histogram, and I've checked the normal curve of histogram box. In the format I am not changing anything, in the style I am not changing anything, in bootstrap I am not changing anything. This is what I have done. So in statistics I repeat mean, median, mode, sum, standard deviation, variance. In charts, histogram, show normal curvature, continue. Okay, so now what I do is I press OK. As soon as I press OK, you won't be able to see it, but I am sharing the screen so that you can see the data has been analyzed by the computer, and all the output of the data has been given here. All the output of all the data, 10 pages, 10-15 pages of data here. See, first the frequency statistics, what I asked, valid data, how many data are missing, mean, median, mode, standard deviation, variance and sum. This is what I asked, they have given me this. Then frequency table of each and every variable separately. For social media, hours spent on social media, how many hours, here it's mentioned, and cumulative percentage mentioned here, that how much is valid percentage, and the total cumulative frequency percentage is mentioned here for each and every data. On the basis of this only the graphs are made. See, my social media is good normal curve with mean 4.94, that is mean 4.94. see, highest is here, so mean 4.94, standard deviation is 1.79, which is quite a bit, and n is 376 data being used here. We see that the mean is more towards the 0 part than towards the 8 part, so we can see that the graph is not totally normalized, but this much it's normalized. If we delete these data, if we extract these data and delete those data from the analysis, we will get a normalized curve for that. So text is normalized, so I am getting a historical diagram for this normalized curve and data like this. If I said pie chart, it would have given me pie chart. If I had said bar chart, it would have given me bar chart. with all the table frequencies and the diagram. So you just try to carry on with, see here they have all the logs. Whichever data you want to go to, they will all give you that logs. If you want to download it, just go to file and export as a Word document. You will be able to export it as a Word document as well. So this is frequency distribution and descriptive statistics, two of the most used data analysis tools from this software SPSS. So I hope you are trying it out. As you are trying it, as you already know that there is so little time for me to teach, because SPSS in one day it's not possible. SPSS takes minimum 6 months to teach. So 6 months, of course, I'm doing it one day. It's not possible. So I'm not going to teach you everything. It's not possible for me to teach you everything as well. The bare minimum I have taught you, and now I'm going to show you a particular video which will definitely help you to grasp the idea better and faster. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a video here. That video corresponds to all the descriptive statistics and the data.
This is the exact,
so that is going to help you a lot. So here I'm sharing it with you. Yeah. For correlation, what we need to do is we need to go to analyze and see. Here there is something called correlate. Okay, analyze, correlate. Just go analyze, correlate, and you will get bivariate. You will get something called bivariate. Just click on that bivariate, nothing else. Analyze, correlate, click on bivariate. Similarly, as you see, you will get these. That is the same similar thing on your. Now I am to find out the relationship between happiness and these. So these are my happiness index data, SHS, happiness, and these are my social media users. So what kind of generally what do I do with when I'm online? Either I am using on social media, either I'm just online, either I am doing text, either I am playing game, this and that. So this and that. So what I need to do is I need to do the same thing as I did before. I'm just going to transfer all the variables here, as simple as that, and I'm going to click here Pearson. Now what is a Pearson's correlation? Now this is something which I need to show you. Pearson was a person, and he told that correlation can be, the correlation coefficient of Pearson's correlation, correlation coefficient. There is a huge formula for it, but don't worry about it. See, he gave this. I can save the image. Yeah, I can save the image. Yeah, of course. But problem is I don't think so I'll be able to send the image here. If I can, I'll try sending an image here if I can. No, I guess no problem. I'll just show you the image. So first I'll show you what Pearson's correlation is, and that I think will give you an understanding of the data. So I hope you can see this. So Pearson's correlation, interpretative strength of correlation depends on these values. See, positive is 0.1 to 0.3 is weak, very weak. The minus 0.1 to minus 0.3 is weak negative. That is weak positive. Medium positive, medium negative, strong 0.5 to 1.0, and negative minus 0.5 to 1.0 is strong negative, strongly negative. So this is strongly negative, medium negative, weak negative. This is weak positive, medium positive, and strong negative. So this is the value. Now you are going to get these values. You are going to get these positive and negative values once you press on the correlation, you do the correlation on your SPSS. So I am going to do the SPSS and I am going to show you where the values are. Okay, I told you what is the range. Now I am going to show you this. Okay, I told you what the range are. I have already given you here, and I have clicked on this Pearson person here. It's one tail, test of significance is one tail, no need of two tail significance, one tail significance will flag significant correlations. Okay, I go to the option, nothing here, nothing to be done here, bootstrap, nothing to be done. Okay, I press on OK. As soon as I press on OK, the data is ready. The correlation data is ready. I am showing you the correlation data. Even if you click also on your, the correlation data will be ready for you, and there will be huge chart of correlation data. So this will the sir, my god, eto boro data set correlation e ki kore korbo? How will you do it? Correlation এইভাবে, understand? So this one, for you to understand this, the fact that on the left hand side and the right hand, see there is a 1, that means social media is always strongly correlated with social media data. That is 1. That is why you have a 1 there. See, here we have 1, here we have 1, here we have 1, here we have 1. See, this 1 is where HR social media and HR social media is correlated. So I want to check if HR social media is correlated with any one of the, you know, these happiness index, these 1, 2, 3, 4. So I want to check that. So social media is for happiness one, first variable, it's negatively minus 0.2. That means minus 0.2. I already told you that minus 0.2 will be weak negative. Weak negative. The data which I showed you before, it's weak negative. So the relationship with using social media and, see, very interesting data, the relationship between using social media and happiness is negative. Can you imagine that? তোমরা বাড়িতে সোশ্যাল মিডিয়া ব্যবহার করছো, কিন্তু আমার কাছে ডেটাটা এসছে যে সোশ্যাল মিডিয়া ব্যবহার করে কিন্তু খুশি নয়, কোরিলেশনটা নেগেটিভ, আনহ্যাপি people, it has nothing to do with happiness. Using social media has nothing to do with happiness. হ্যাপিনেসের সাথে কিন্তু সোশ্যাল মিডিয়ার কোনো সম্পর্ক নেই। তার মানে এটা থেকে এটা বোঝা যাচ্ছে যে আমরা যে সোশ্যাল মিডিয়া ব্যবহার করি তার সাথে হ্যাপিনেসের সম্পর্ক কিন্তু খুব কম, নেই বললেই চলে, নেগেটিভ, উল্টো, মানে সম্পর্কটা টোটালি অপোজিট। মানে আমি সোশ্যাল মিডিয়া ব্যবহার করে বেসিক্যালি আনহ্যাপি হই রাদার দ্যান আমি সোশ্যাল মিডিয়া ইউজ করে। এইটা হচ্ছে আমার ডেটার ফাইন্ডিংস, অ্যান্ড দ্যাট ইজ ওয়াই এটা একটা ওয়ার্ল্ডের খুব ভালো জার্নালে পাবলিকেশন হয়েছে। তাকে আমি খুব সিম্পল কাজ করেছি, ইটস আ ভেরি ভেরি সিম্পল কোরিলেশন ওয়ার্ক, but the correlation created is something, the data which you get is very very interesting. That is why these interpretations are what is most important for any data like correlation. Tale, this is one I showed you, another one I am showing you here. Let's see positive correlation. Okay, game, playing game and happiness. See, this data is 0.7. So I বলেছি ওখানে যে 0.5 এর উপরে যে কোনো কিছু হলেই হচ্ছে স্ট্রংলি পজিটিভ, প্লাস 0.5 এর উপরে 0.05 এর উপরে হলে স্ট্রংলি পজিটিভ, যা ছবিতে দেখিয়েছিলাম আমি। তাহলে দিস ইজ আ পজিটিভ। তাহলে পিপল ওয়েন প্লেইং গেমস আর মাচ মোর হ্যাপিয়ার দ্যান দে আর অন সোশ্যাল মিডিয়া, তাহলে আমি কম্পেয়ার করি পিপল হু আর প্লেইং গেমস অন অনলাইন and people who are on social media. So if I take these two people who are playing games are much more happier, you know, like me, I love playing games, so I'm much more happier, I believe, in that respect. Though I use social media as well, but it's not, I'm just, you know, trying to lighten the mood with so much of data and so much of information. But that is what I'm trying to say, that how we interpret that data. This data is huge, ekhane onek values ache, but I only pick up those values which are most important to me. Only the Pearson correlation one, this is the one which I pick up, this one, the Pearson correlation, this column, this row, only this row. I'm not looking at sine, two tail and end rows. I'm not looking at that. I'm only looking at this row. That's it. And that relation with the 1, 2, 3 and 4. So I'm just looking at that. That is how I can tell that game is strongly correlated with happiness. That means people's happiness depends on playing games, but for social media it's not that. People's happiness does not depend on social media. So that is what এর মানে এই না যে social media করে people are unhappy. No, people's happiness doesn't depend on social media. It may depend on anything else, but it doesn't depend on using social media. That is what my research was about, and it was published in an international journal of psychology. So they wanted to see the data, and I sent the data to them, that this is how I have collected the data, and with a simple correlation I created such an interesting topic out of it. This is happiness studies, or sometimes called peace communication studies. This is what I am trying to specialize in the future, because I believe that we are in the world of so much of hatred. Peace and happiness is one thing that can really save us. Finland is the most happiest country in the world, and India being one of the worst, So that is the reason why I wanted to do this study. I want to see what people are either happy or not using. So this study was done in the USA, and so yes, we are going to this advanced option. In advanced option we are writing pandemic mental health. So we are writing pandemic mental health as a phrase. So we are generally we do not use any preposition, any conjunction, anything other than just the words. So generally we try to find out that these words whichever there are in the tweet, they are pandemic mental health. So the extract phrase is, so all these words we copy it in the exact phrase. Now the problem with copying it in the exact phrase is exact pandemic mental health, wherever this will be in the tweet, they will show you that. So I am not adding that there. I just need pandemic mental health, whatever data I am getting. Okay, so if I give any words, then they will either give me pandemic, either give me mental, or either give me health. So that is the reason why I am not adding here any of this word. I am just adding, I need all of these words to be there in the tweet. Okay, if there are any hashtags that I need to address, so maybe I can write COVID-19 hashtag pandemic hashtag mental health. So I can be looking at these hashtags. Okay, so the language we have to set it to English, otherwise this computer cannot recognize any other language other than English. You have to set the language to English. We can give a specific account, so we are not doing that, because we are not trying to study one particular person. Okay, so we are including all the replies to the tweet. Okay, so we are including only replies. We are switching off the links. So we are also including the replies that people have given inside the tweets, so that they can also be shown here. We are not writing the minimum replies, minimum likes, and minimum retweets. We are not giving that. We are also not giving the day to day. Okay, we are not doing that. We are just pressing the search option, and it is started being shared, and this is the code for searching that. So this becomes the code for searching that. So whenever you are using a particular program, we will be using this code: pandemic mental health, COVID-19 or pandemic or mental health, language is English, filter is links, and filter replies. That's it. So what I have got, these are the results that I have got, okay, from the search. So this is the result that I have got from the search, and they are here. Okay, see, 2 hours ago someone must have posted this. Auntie Joe says that I hear what you're saying. I'm not obsessed. Many people have had their mental health impacted due to the pandemic, myself included. I'd sooner deal with my mental health issue than severe COVID-19 symptoms or even death to COVID-19. Okay, so this particular person is sharing that, yes, replying to someone called concrete bulletproof invisible. That particular person is saying this. So this reply is to that particular person's tweets. Okay, so now what I do is I click on the capture option. As soon as I click on the capture option, as soon as I click on the capture option, it will be showing that Twitter as a data set, tweets as a data set, and this is the program that has been set for it. No description required, no code at nodes required. Just after this page comes, you just click on, you can click on show progress in a page, so it will help you to show the progress of how many tweets is being captured in that particular page. This page will show you how many tweets are being captured, and you just click on the capture button. As soon as you click on the capture button, it will start, it will ask you to authorize. I don't think so you will be able to see this authorization page. I am showing you. This authorization page would look like this. It will ask me to authorize Nvivo capture to access my account, because there is a privacy policy involved, and QSR International, who is the international the maker for Nvivo Encapture, they will ask me to authorize this. So what I need to do is I need to authorize that. I need to authorize that. So coming back to that page again, and I am now pressing the authorization button, that yes, I authorize, and it has redirected and started capturing. So with this, only 14 tweets were captured. Only 14 tweets in 7 days were captured on these areas. So maybe I want a little bit more, so I am deleting this portion. I want a little more tweets. Okay, so I'm deleting the hashtag portion. I just want people to talk about pandemic mental health and language to be English, and filter is links and replies. So I want just that. So hence I just clicked on this, and I again use the capture option. So now I can see my capture is in progress, and it's capturing more tweets, because before I had given a lot of filter to it. Now I have removed all those filters, and it's capturing more number of tweets than before in the last 7 days on pandemic mental health. See, over 700 tweets have been captured. If you are capturing the same as well, 885 tweets, original tweets, have been captured. Now this particular process involves, this particular, see, 885 tweets have been captured, and they have been captured in a format called .nbcx, which you cannot open without the Nvivo software. Okay, so this part is what you would require in this part is what you require for Nvivo capturing and how to extract data from Twitter. That is how you need to do. Now for example, if I need to extract data from a blog, I can also do that. I can use it web page as a PDF, or I can article as a PDF. I can do that from here. So I can select it, and I can blogs on mental health during pandemic. Okay, blogs on mental health during pandemic. So I can open this blog. And I can then ask my software to identify that what kind of a page it is. Okay, it will if I say article in a page, it will capture that article, and if I ask to capture that article, it will capture that article. So this article is captured by Nvivo. If I say Nvivo, please capture this article for me as well, article in a page, yeah, it will capture this article also. So I can go for blogs as well. So I'm showing you blogs as well, that how come I can use blogs to do analysis. I will also able to show you that if you open blogs also, on blogs also you will be able to do it. See, it's still in progress. It's capturing that. It's capturing a PDF on that blog, and it's also capturing the mental health during that portion in that from that blog as well. Okay, so let it capture. By the meantime, what we do is we will now open the particular software, that is Nvivo, and we'll start working on it. That is what we are ought to do, and I'll show you how we can analyze tweets, how we can analyze blogs, and also I'll show you how you can analyze your own qualitative interviews or something which you may have added in a questionnaire, a qualitative side from the questionnaire, which you can analyze on the basis of your research question. If you have a research question, then only use this tool, otherwise not required. And unfortunately, QSR International Nvivo doesn't provide you with anything else other than this. And so that is something you need to understand, that for these 14 days only you will be able to use this software. Later on you will have to take help from a professional, because otherwise the problem is that Nvivo is not free to use software like SPSS. SPSS is a free to use software, but Nvivo is not a free to use software. So you have to remember that. Okay. So these 14 days only you will be able to do these research. So if you are thinking something in the future you will do research on, then mind it, capture that data now only and try analyzing it and keep it for safekeeping in the future, so that you can work on that in the future. So data collection and everything, try to do it in this 14 days. The trial, for that trial exists. Each day pass you can capture data for 14 days and you can do a wonderful study on this particular Nvivo software. Okay. So yes, moving on. So Nvivo is open for you. So let's get started with Nvivo. I do not need that, so I'm closing it. Now what I need is here, this is your working station and this is your workstation. What you need to do is, first you need to import the data. So what you need to do is you need to go to the import section and import the data. Now as you go to the import section and import the data, you see you can import it from SPSS also. If you have a .sav file which we were working on, you can import data from SPSS also. For example, in one column of SPSS you have added the qualitative information. You can do that on SPSS. You can access that SPSS file from here. You can access EndNote, you can access Mendeley, reference work, Zotero, memos, Evernote, OneNote, Outlook. You can access Qualtrics, SurveyMonkey, CSV file also you can access. You can access Excel file. You can access different audio, video, images. You can do anything from here. You can even access files like audio, video, images. This software is one of the most powerful qualitative research software. You can even add that, and you can import that, and you will be able to analyze that. So that is a much more advanced software which can even help you to analyze different files, different research. So that is something you can need to understand, and this is where encapture that you have captured before you can click. So once you click in the download portion, all of the encaptures will be showing here. So I think it's not showing to you because it's a different browser, so it's not showing. I'm just sharing the screen again. Is it showing now? I guess not. So just click on encapture, and I guess I have to share my whole screen then if I have to show you that. No problem, I can do that. So I'm sharing my whole screen so that you can see this. I hope you can see this now, I guess. Yeah. My God. Can you see this now, I guess? Were you able to see? No. I guess not, you're not able to see this. No problem. Yeah, so what you need to do is you need to click on this encapture, and all the captured files will be shown here. So what you need to do is you need to only select the one which you have downloaded. For example, I have downloaded.
Sir, I'm extremely sorry for the intervention, but the previous page, the page which is right now open, and you're sharing with us the previous page. Can you please just show us that once more again with the violet column on the left side which we had, purple violet column.
Were able to see that? What did you see there?
Sir, NVivo for Windows were there. I mean the previous page which you are sharing with us. Can you just share once more with us?
That page, that whenever you open the software, that page will come, and I just crossed it because I don't need that. Okay, I don't need that. That's why I crossed it. I cannot bring that
Sir,
again.
from there, sir, my question is from there, clicking on what we are coming to this page.
We are clicking on nothing to come to this page. This is just this page only. If you cross that, this file section will be a little more. The size will increase. Nothing else. That is the same. This is the same page as that before.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. So we click on Encapture and we click on Encapture. That is the reason why I told you to install the software beforehand. That is the reason why you need to install the software and work on it like this as I am showing you, because later on I won't be there and you will have millions of problems with the software. Then you will face a lot of issues. That is the reason why I told you to download the software and download Encapture. If you do not have, kindly do it. So I select on pandemic mental health, which I have selected here, and I then import it. As soon as I'm importing it, the software will automatically import the data here. So I have not done any codes, I have not done references. It's modified on this, it's modified by AM, it's in under my name. So classical is reference. So if I click on it, double click on it, it will show me all the tweets that it has extracted. So what all information has it extracted from the tweet? The ID of the tweet, the username, what is the tweet, the time of the tweet, it's the type, it's a tweet type, are there any retweets or retweet number, are there any hashtags? No. What were the mentions in the tweets? If there was any hashtags, these are the hashtags that were used, the name that were used, the location from where the particular tweet has come from, the geotagged location, and if there was any web sources mentioned there, and the particular person's bio who has tweeted it, number of tweets that has been done, and number of follows the particular person has, number of people following that person, and the geolocation coordinates. So these are the number of data, that has been extracted by NVivo Encapture. So you can understand how powerful that capture tool is. No point me in saying. So it can capture this amount of data, so you can understand in just a minute seconds it has captured 850 data like this, just in a matter of seconds. See, 100 information captured in just matter of seconds, and it has filtered it. 800 were captured, and out of those 800 only 100 were filtered, and you are seeing the 100 tweets being here. Okay, so 100 tweets, original tweets have been filtered, and you can see that 100 per page. Okay, so if I go to the next page, you will be able to see more. So total 100 of 1 of 185 you can see, and you can see the more pages as we move along. Okay, so 885 tweets have been captured from here. So if I go to the form view on the right hand side, you can see that on the right hand side first is the table, then is the form view. So the form will give you the each and every form, one of each tweets recorded here. I am not able to use this because of the, yeah, now I am able to. So each tweet I will be able to show you 885 tweets. If we go to the last tweet, I will come back to the other tweets. So all of the tweets will be captured here as records. So from a small amount of time, such a small amount of time, they are able to capture such an great amount of data. So you can understand, see, 879, 885. So This is the last tweet captured, 885 amount of tweets captured. So you can see, I hope now you can see the 885. Before only 100 you could see, now you can see that 885 tweets have been captured. Okay, now going to the chart option here. As soon as I move on to the chart option, what they are doing, they are already creating for me a chart where who is the influencer here. I will be able to know who is the influencer here, because the person who is the influencer, the tweets of that particular person will be the highest. It's showing in the bar graph chart format. I need to do nothing. I just need to do nothing. They will give me a bar chart. So for a research topic like this, and to get all the data in hands like this, it is like, you know, doing a research project in just one night, just finishing a research project in one night. Maybe you have been given a research project by your superior and you want to finish that project overnight. So in Nvivo and capture, I just capture a particular data and then I extract the information and then I write something about this information, and I'm done and dusted with my I'm done and dusted with my, you know, research. So you can, I hope you can see now that from the chart section you will be able to see who is the influencer of that tweet. So that is what is most important here. I can see that Alvaliola is the person who is, you know, Alvaliola username is the person who has tweeted the most, along with this particular person called Elisha Emily XX. Elisha Emily XX and Alva Viola and Elisha Emily are the people who have talked more about this. Now you can go and search them on Twitter and see their profiles, that who are these persons, who are the most top tweeters on pandemic mental health. So you can say that these are the people who have mostly given us the data. Okay, so moving on to the cluster part, cluster analysis. I don't know what kind of analysis they will come up with. This is called the cluster analysis. So it will take some time before they do the cluster analysis. So this is the cluster analysis. The cluster analysis is very small, so you can't see this. So you know, I will you know, improve it. So it's just like that, where is the information originating from and how it is being shared. So this is what my cluster analysis is all about, that where is it originating from, it has an originating place, and it is now being shared and talked about by these people, and it's coming to the end note to these people. So this person may have shared it, this person may have shared it, and Mark in the City might have shared it, then other people, Spss have shared it, Spss again shared by American Hope, Drivian. So the data, how it is being shared and shared by whom, is being tracked. So now you can understand, as you are using social media, what you can understand how powerful this software is, that who shared whose tweet can be accessed from this position. So your security of your information is so vulnerable online, and you spend every day sharing a lot of information on Instagram, a lot of information on Facebook, forgetting the part that somebody might be analyzing your tweet. I am sitting and analyzing that particular person's tweet. She might not know that I am doing it, but still I am doing it for research purpose, and I am not going to use it for any for blackmailing or anything. Definitely that is not what I am going to do, and that is the reason why when a researcher working on Nvivo, you know, it's the responsibility of the researcher as well not to do that, because you can do harm to people also by using this powerful software, because this software is very, very powerful in nature. Next comes the map with the geotagged information. It has shown, given you data that from Central African Republic there is one tweet which originates from Okuka, Kenya, Ethiopia, lot of places from India, mostly from central India, that is Madhya Pradesh, Delhi, Bhubaneswar, Hyderabad, Goa, Sekulium, Goa, and Bengaluru, Mumbai, Ahmedabad, Rajasthan. So a lot of, even someone from place called Mai in Chinese province. Yep, from Sri Lanka. So people are sharing this information from geotagged location. So I know that where did people see? See, people in England are the most affected with. So I can say, see from the density of the data here, people in Eastern America and England are the most affected. After that, India. So people are, if a pandemic are affected like these. So this is a very vital sample area study, that from where the tweets are originating with the geotagged information, I am able to extract this amount of information from it. So I can download the map, right click and save the map at any point of time. So that is how this amount of data can be extracted from this. So you can understand how powerful this software is. Till now, anyone facing any issues, please mention on chat. Till now, anyone facing issues, please mention on chat, or you can unmute yourself and talk about it. Anyone facing any issues?
So how did you, on what option you clicked to go to this geotagged maps, right? Okay.
On the right hand side.
Maps on the right hand side, okay.
You see there is a right hand side bar with table, form, chart, cluster analysis, map.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah, Projit, it's one of the most powerful. It's not a very powerful software, it is the powerful software. And what it can do with a video, even you can't fathom to understand. But it's not possible for you to teach all that in one particular class. Nvivo will take you a year to learn. Because this is what I'm doing is auto code. This is auto coding powerful. If I use my manual Python coding here, then I can extract much more information and much more data, which I am doing for one of the research programs in Alabama State University, who are running research program on Indian hatred and differences between Hindu and Muslim. So we are running a program coding and trying to understand that how we can stop this and create a peaceful environment, what kind of information they are sharing online, and what kind of solution they are wanting for it, so that we can change certain government level policies with the help of that project. So we are monitoring the chatter online, and we are trying to focus on that, and we are trying to extract data as much as possible. This particular software is funded by IIM Kashipur, Uttarakhand, and I'm really grateful to them for funding me with this software, so that I'm able to use this software without a trial version, of course. So that is something, it is a wonderful software to use, Okay, moving on. Next is Twitter sociogram. So a Twitter sociogram, generally what happens is this, it is a too small amount of data to create a sociogram. But let's see if Twitter creates a sociogram or not. If a Twitter creates a sociogram, that's fine. If it doesn't, if the software doesn't create a sociogram, then also it's fine. Okay, it has created a sociogram for us. Great. It has created a sociogram for us, and this is unbelievable. This is called a social map. Sometimes we call research mapping, and this is called map. From this we can understand that around whom the cluster of the tweets are clubbing to. So we will be able to know that who is that particular person who is sharing the information, and this is how we try to find out who is sharing fake information. Once we have identified that that information is fake, so you can use this software to identify who is the person who is sharing this fake information, and we can identify that person, and we can remove that person from the from the equation, and we can know that who is that person who is sharing that information, who is sharing what. So from this data we are able to understand where is the tweet, generally what tweets. See, this is a different cluster of tweets, so this is a different discussion altogether. This is a different cluster, that means this is a different discussion on mental health. So we can know that what kind of theme was being developed or discussed here amongst, being shared by this person, then again shared by this person, and other people are sharing from this person. So I hope you remember that on Facebook, when you share a video that some of your friends are shared, once you're clicking on that, a sociogram is being created, that video is being shared by whom, and who is the influencer from whom so many people are being shared. It's same for Instagram Reels also, Instagram algorithm also similar. So this software is, that is why it's such a powerful software. It will know each and every action you take on social media, and if I can extract it, anyone in the government can extract your information. This is how dangerous it is to play with these softwares, and that is the reason why these softwares are not to be taken too lightly, and that is why these softwares are very costly. Yeah, it can detect fake news also. So first you have to manually detect the fake news, and then this software will help you to detect the fake news. So can we capture other data than Twitter through Encapture? Absolutely. Blogs, web pages, articles and tweets, these are the only things that can be captured through Encapture Nvivo. Other things you have to manually feed. For example, if you want to study Instagram, then you have to that particular, maybe a viral video you want to study. You want to study that viral video, what people are thinking about that viral video. So yesterday I came up, I saw a video on Instagram, and I saw a lot of people talking about it in the chat. So what I did was I tried Nvivo and I captured as a web page. So I captured it as a web page. What you need to do is you need to open that page, you need to read all the, at least make the files readable, like, take your cursor to the end of your page so that all the data is visible, and then switch on Nvivo and capture it as a web page. The total page will be captured as a web page, and then you can pull it in the software. Yeah, for decode the data from Facebook, absolutely we can, but that is a long process. It takes some time to capture it from Facebook, because it will capture as a, not as a tweet, rather that it will capture as a web page, not as a tweet per se. So Nvivo generally is more accustomed with tweets, because tweets have that information laid out to them. So generally Nvivo is much easier to use from Twitter rather than any other software, any other social media. But yes, you can use it for any other social media, but not all these information you will be able to get. You will be able to get limited amount of information. Only with Twitter you can get this level of information. And remember this, in the West, that is not in India, in the West, Twitter is the most sought out social media channel, because only 140 characters, you can share a lot of things. You do not have a lot of data, but in Facebook there is a lot of data, huge number of data. So it takes much more amount of time, space, and can we do Encapture to collect data from commercials and ads? Absolutely. From Twitter, yes. If you have an ad and that ad has a hashtag, be the change, hashtag be the change. So you can see that what people are tweeting about in be the change. So or hashtag IPL. You can study what people are thinking about IPL. You can do anything. During IPL you want to make a study that as soon as the IPL is going on, I want to study that. Maybe I'm studying on Indian women, Indian cricket and Indian women. So Indian women cricket team. So I can do that study. I can do sports, I can do anything, whatever is trending, I can do that as well. So Nvivo is limitless possibilities. Nvivo has limitless possibilities, and this is central measurement. The central measurement is basically the measurement that from where the data is originating from. As you can see that there are certain values here. So generally the witch doctor 58, again these, the higher the degree are, the higher its effect on central measures. That means the more we will be able to identify from this data from where basically most of the information has come from. So this is the data of the central tendency, where you can download it, export or print the list of it, and then you can sit with it and identify who is the person who has sent. and you can make a list of that. And if you want to do a descriptive study, you can go and ask them that, sir, I am, you can ask that particular person, I am researching on that and I found your tweet like this, and I see that you are a very influential person and your tweets have impacted a lot of audience. I can see, I can research it, and I'm coming to you to make myself clear that what we are trying to do, and what you're thinking when you are sharing this information, and please give us your idea, your views. So we can put that view as an interview also. So we can, instead of doing snowball sampling, and instead of doing sampling per se, we can use this method for sampling purpose as well. That who is the person should I go to? Justification can be done through NVivo. That online, who is the person whom should I choose for an interview? The person who is most impacting the information online is the person I'm going to. Now people are going to ask you that, how do you know this is the person who has impacted? You can see that my central measures of data from NVivo gives me this amount of information from where I've extracted the information that this particular person's degree of involvement in this topic is one of the highest. So hence I'm going to this particular person for this amount of information. Your research is set in absolutely perfect way. So this is how we are doing research. Before, it was not possible. We had to do all this content analysis by manually, which would take years and years and years. Now content analysis can be done like this. Content analysis can be done just like this. No problem with content analysis anymore. Any content can be analyzed with the help of NVivo. So that is the reason why it's the powerful software. Okay. So you being a student of mass communication journalism, you know ABC of Python. Did you pursue any course in computer? Yes, I pursued a course from Jadavpur University in computer systems engineering because I wanted to do a PhD on making a new communication model. So hence that is the reason why I pursued systems engineering, because without understanding of management, marketing, engineering and communication, it becomes really difficult to go about and compete in today's world. It's very difficult. You need to have a computer science, not a degree, but understanding of Python. You need to have understanding of marketing, and moreover digital marketing today, social media analytics, social media marketing, digital marketing. You need to know about computer systems, digital marketing and communication. Then only these three pillars is the way forward, which I see in journalism in the future. And the future of journalism is in data journalism. So the more data you can capture, if I give this information to one of the newspaper houses that this person is one of the most impacted person, I have an interview of this person, any newspaper will be jumping to me and asking me for the information. Absolutely, I can do this. I can sit at my home and I can analyze this information just in the click of my hands, and I can sell this information to different newspaper houses, which I'm not doing, because there is certain ethics which I have to follow, because this is funded by one other research organization. This is not my personal software, so I cannot do anything with it just like that. Only for academic purpose I will be able to use it. So that is something I am handicapped with. I cannot do that. But this is a powerful tool through which I can even track your tweets. I can go to your page and I can track your tweets and try to find out your sentiment. I can do that in just with a click of my hands. Anyone who has a Twitter, I can do that. Whatever you are tweeting, how do you feel? Maybe you know a person, maybe your ex-boyfriend who tweets, maybe your ex-girlfriend who tweets. You can find out and understand what kind of sentiment they are feeling, and you can give them, and you can put it as your status. My ex-girlfriend is having this sentiment today, is fearful, is joyful, is feeling loved, and your ex-boyfriend and girlfriend will be amazed. Oh my god, how did you extract such information from Twitter? And going to do a privacy case on you, Mananir Mamla. So no, don't do that. I am just trying to ease up all the tension which is being carried out. But I don't do this. Please don't try to understand. I don't do that. Absolutely under my ethics. So when taking stalking to a different level, you can do that with NVivo. You can even analyze Facebook posts, and you can try to understand if that person is going through a depression phase or not, and then you can tell him, দেখ তুই আমাকে ছেড়ে দিলি তো এবার তুই ডিপ্রেশনে ভুগছিস তো, that particular person says, what, how do you know that I am facing depression? And your sentiment analysis is showing. I've been taught in Vishwabharati mass communication MA. Where are you? Where is the world? So a lot of things you can do with this particular software. Please don't do that, obviously. That is not advisable. That is just for joke. But yes, that can be done. Possible. Projit is saying bhalo jinish. Now, another side to it, this see and try to restrict your social media information. Now, after learning this, I hope you have understood one fact, that trying to restrict social media information would create a lot of help in your life, because if you give that much of information to people, and if people can extract information from what you share, what you're feeling, that is a huge issue. So that is something you need to understand, that whatever you are sharing is someone being monitoring that. So interesting, isn't it? Social media, big data, and this is big data. After tomorrow if I search the same data, I'll get different results. That is why it is big data. Okay, moving on. This is I hope that till this much you have understood. Okay,
স্যার একটা কথা জিজ্ঞাসা করব?
বলো, নিশ্চয়ই।
বলছি যে এই যে এক্স এর যদি কোনো ডেটা বের করতে হয় তাহলে এটা কি এথিক্যাল?
একদমই নয়, একদমই এথিক্যাল নয়।
আচ্ছা ঠিক আছে, থ্যাংক ইউ সো মাচ।
Of course it's not ethical, but I just told it for fun. Why are you guys taking it so seriously? There's nothing to
No, it was very very insightful, that's why.
You can pry on anyone. It's not that you can pry on your ex, you can pry on someone else, you may be your friend.
Yeah, sure, as well as present also.
Yeah, absolutely. অপশনস গুলোকে গেলাম কি করে, পাশে এখানে অপশন দেওয়া আছে, চার্ট, ক্লাস্টার অ্যানালিসিস, ম্যাপ, টুইটার সোশিওগ্রাম, এখানে পাশে দেওয়া আছে, ঠিক আছে। আর টুইটার সোশিওগ্রামে গিয়ে আমি এখানে ডায়াগ্রামের জায়গায় সেন্ট্রাল মেজার্স নিচে আমি সেন্ট্রাল মেজার নিয়ে ডায়াগ্রাম দিতে পারি। আমি এখানে ভার্টিসেস গুলো চেঞ্জ করতে পারি, যে আমি শুধু ডিগ্রি দেখতে চাই, আমি কালার দেখতে চাই, কি দেখতে চাই, আমি রিটুইটস মেনশন কি দেখতে চাই, সেটা আমি এখানে মেনশন করে দিতে পারি। সেই অনুযায়ী আমি ডেটাটাকে I can extract data as much as I can, as much as I want data. Okay, next, moving on. Remember, what we are doing is we are not trying to find out what people's sentiments are, so we are going to find out the sentiment. So what you need to do is, here on the left hand side there is something called codes, there's something called nodes, and this is called something sentiment. So I click on sentiment. As soon as I click on sentiment, what it's doing is it's trying to find out the sentiment of this particular. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find out the positive and the negative. So it's 0 here. Okay, it's 0 here as of now, so I can find out the sentiment. So I go back to the file section, I right click on it, and I do auto code. Okay, I do auto code. So what I do, I go on this, I right click on this, and I press auto code. As soon as I press auto code, a wizard will be opening, a separate dialog box will be open, which you cannot see in front because this is a separate page altogether. I don't think so I'll be able to show you that page, because it is inside software page, which I cannot, I cannot show you. I cannot show you.
So can you kindly show that sentiment page once more, from where you're going to that sentiment section?
See, here it is on the left hand side. So I'm going again. See, right click. If I do right click, there is a dialog box coming up, and the dialog box, you just press auto code. Once you press auto code, there will be a lot of options coming to you. theme identification, themes identify sentiment, existing coding patterns, style or structure. Don't worry, just click on identifying sentiment, positive, negative, and just press next after identification of sentiment. They will ask you, after you press next, they will ask you that do you want to code sentence or do you want to code paragraphs. Click on code paragraphs. Okay, click on code paragraphs because you want to analyze sentiment of a bigger set of data, because you already have a bigger set of data, and then you press finish. Once you press finish, the software will be auto coding it. So you can see the bar is moving from 5%, 6%, 8%, 10%, and it is auto coding the total, and it's going to create the sentiment page, that how many people are positive about it, how many people are negative about it, and all this information will be coming in just a click and few seconds.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
So right click on it, auto code, select identify sentiment, click on paragraphs, select paragraph, then next. Those who are using the software, they can use that. Okay, so once it's done, you see 100% is done, and it's still waiting. I'm still waiting for that 100% to become a little bit eased up, because this takes a lot of your memory. This particular software takes up a lot of your memory. Maybe you will not be able to you have to keep it aside. My laptop is burning up as well because of using this software, because it uses a lot of powerful codes inside your laptop. So see, you can understand from this diagram that the negative sentiment about mental health is more than the positive sentiment. So this is the negative sentiment, this is the positive sentiment, this is the neutral, this is the mixed. Okay, if I go to the summary, I'll get this, that number of codes 885 have been coded, and out of that 85 coded, filtered, and I can get this information from Twitter, that is mixed, negative, neutral, positive. These are the number of tweets. Total number of tweets is 885, out of which 365 have been mixed, 474 are negative, neutral are 37, and positive is 9. So there is way less number of positive sentiment. Okay, so if I come back to this, I can click on this. This is compared sentiments of coding references. If I come back to auto code sentiments, I will be able to get a number, exactly that number put into a graph. That very negative are 385, moderately negative are 523, moderately positive are 259, and very positive are 136. If I come to the chart portion, I can create a chart as well from this. I can create a chart. This would be suffice for you. I hope this will understand. See, very positive, moderately negative, very negative, moderately positive, and very positive. So we can understand from this data that it's a normalized curve, more skewed towards see, from this is better understanding. I can say that it's more heavy towards moderately negative than positive. So it's more into very negative and more very positive, very negative and moderately positive, rather than. So that data from here we can understand. From this data we can do anything we want. So we can understand this also with a heat signature bar. So the more the heat is blue color, that means it's moderately negative, more moderately negative than positive. So with color also we can create this chart and table, whichever you can want, a stacked bar, whatever, 3D bar, you can make whatever you want. So that's up to you, whatever you want. You can make any chart you want here. So now you know what kind of positive sentiment and negative sentiment are here. So the mode matrix is this, and the code matrix is this. So code matrix, and from that code matrix this has been generated. I hope it's clear. Going back to the previous data, the last but not the least, first I showed you general information about the data, the big data. Well, Momita, which every passing day software gets updated. So yes, sometimes when it's a sarcasm, they will put you into mixed feelings. Like for example, mixed. They'll put you to put that particular data into mixed. Like when you're saying something sarcastically, they will put that into mixed, because that particular person, when using sarcasm, is himself unsure that if that is right or wrong. So hence the data will put that particular thing into mixed under mixed responses. That is neutral, positive, negative, and mixed. So it will put it either into neutral or into a mixed segment. Okay. Moving on. So two things are done. One is the basic thing that on NVivo which I showed you, and the other thing is this one, the sentiment analysis. This is the part. It's something called sentiment analysis, a methodology per se in content analysis research. Another is word cloud. So you can make a word cloud. So for people to understand that what are the words generally these people have been using when they are sharing this amount of information. So you can go to this, you can click on word cloud, and it will automatically create a word cloud for you. And what kind of word cloud you want, you can want it, but remember this, that you can select 4 here. You have to select 4 is because you want a minimum character length of 4 to be, because all the and, for, is, at are all 3 characters, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3 characters. So to avoid that, just click on 4 and click on stemmed words, because you don't want talk and talking to be taken as separate words. You want talk and talking to be taken as similar words with same meaning. So I click on the stemmed words here, and then I click on this minimum length, and then I run the query. So as soon as I run the query, I get my word cloud. So yeah, mentally health, pandemic, these are the 3 words that has been used mostly in this discussion so far. So we can get that from the discussion. We can see what are the words which people have used the most, and what count they have used it, what percentage they have used it. So that percentage also you are getting. And see, stemmed words, similar words have been stemmed here together in it. So you can create a tweet map out of it as well, which word is used most and which word is used in. So you won't get a cluster analysis out of it, because this doesn't do a cluster analysis, but this is the word that you can click on health, and you can try to understand that where did this particular word is related to, with whom it is related to. So you can get that information as well by double clicking on it, and you see that where this word has been used. So I can get that frequency also, word frequency of where how much this particular health word has been used and how many times in which tweets. I can get that as well. Okay. So I can do separate work with this as well. I can just create a search query out of health. I can see a search query out of mentality, pandemic. I can do search queries of separate things of whatever I like. For example, I can run a query as well out of search, and I can see the references from where this references has been taken, which amount of data source are used for the word health, and I can what is the data set, and I can also do the word tree here. The word tree will help me to identify that where did the word health come from and how was the word health used in this research. So endless possibilities with this research, endless possibilities. It will take some time. See, by this you will be able to understand. If I lower this, so you can see that mental health, how it's related, and which words have been related with this word, and how it has related, how people have used this word, from where it impacts, implication, so intervention. So this is the word tree. This is called a word tree, and how health word has percolated in the discussion. So this is what discourse analysis looks like, a physical manifestation of the discourse analysis that it would look like. that how you're using the word health here and how you're using. So word clouds will give you a lot of information other than that as well. Okay, so and you can download this word cloud as well with the tweet map as well. So I have shown you as much as you need to know, and I think you are ahead than anybody in not only in West Bengal, in whole of our country. I guess you are the only master students with knowledge about how NVivo works. So be proud of yourself that you are the person who know, you are the people who know about NVivo, and you can understand how powerful the software is. So please write down your suggestions on chat, that what do you think about the software, and give me idea of give me idea about, yeah Bapadito. Sorry, yes Bapadito, you will be able to get the recording of the class, no problem. So I'll stop the recording.